Logan, Coach talked about holding you out at the end of last game after the penalty. Just how do you react to that, and kind of what's your conversation with him after a game like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think, right now we had obviously a good conversation as not only myself, but as a line too. I mean, it's an important game. It's, a stupid play by me. It's something that, can't happen. And, I deserve to be benched. I take, accountability for that. And, we're fortunate to have another important game today and kind of flesh it out and focus on tonight.
Logan, today is obviously a really good example of being able to come back after adversity like yesterday. This chemistry that we've seen from this team being able to handle things like that, what do you guys think mentally going into a game against a tough team like Dallas?
Yeah, I mean, I think overall we learned a lot from yesterday's game, and like I said, you kind of move on, and we know what type of team we are when we're playing our best, and that's when we're doing the little things that make us successful, and what has made us successful the past few games. So I think just trying to get back to that, focus on that, and control what we can control, and it's important to have a bounce back. We got to come out flying and have a good game tonight.
As a young player, can you appreciate the message Coach is trying to send, or is it kind of frustrating too?
No, not frustrating at all. I think, it's only my second year. You're still learning a lot. And, I think for me, that's something that, it sucks going through, but it's also important to kind of go through too. Like it's, you can't be in a Stanley Cup final game and taking a penalty like that. So something that, I need to get out of my system and, kind of be more of a team first in that, part of the game. And, I can't put my team down like that. So, yeah, it sucks, but move on for it and make sure it doesn't happen again.
You guys are playing a Stars team that has been on a slump as of recent, but they have been consistently good over the past couple of years. How do you beat a team like that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they don't give up too much off the rush, or they're always in your face. It seems like so. These are the games that it's good for us to play in. I feel like that's kind of what a playoff game is stingy. There's not a lot of room out there, so we got to find ways to get chances, defend well, and do the little things that will make us successful and give us a chance to beat them.
I feel like your one split-second decision yesterday kind of clouded a much broader, really good, successful streak for you personally. How have you changed your game since the beginning of the season? In these last couple of games, you're on a 5-game point streak, and I think 17 points in the last 13 games, something like that. Like, what's been different recently since the beginning of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anything has, really changed. I think, sometimes, you get bounces that go in, or, you're fortunate enough to make that pass and, you get an assist or whatever. But I think as a line too, we're playing really well. We're using each other a lot. We're finding ways to, get chances. But I think, when I'm at my best and when we as a line are at our best is when, we're zoned in on the little details that make it successful, and that's playing quick in the D zone, and that's playing quick off the rush, doing the little things like that, good forecheck, and I think that's when we're getting our chances, and that's when we're playing well.
How important is it for the team's development as a whole to be playing in such impactful, important games? At this point in the season when the race is so close already.
Yeah, I think every game is super important, and it's kind of that type of year where you're trying to chase the team in front of you, or obviously, like you said, it's super close. So I think every game is super big. Every point is huge, and you try not to think about it too much. Just focus on one game at a time. And I think we're in a pretty good spot that we like, and obviously we expect more. But I think just one game at a time, and hopefully we keep doing the little things that give us a chance to win each and every night.
Coach talks about other teams having respect for you when they start preparing for things to look out for when they face this team. In the month of December, is there a message that you feel like you're proud to send the league, being like, hey, we're contenders? What's that stretch look like for December, and how you guys feel when the rest of the league looks at you with respect?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important. It's nice to gain the respect of other teams, but I think for us, it's always about what we do, and honestly, I don't think we care if the league respects us or if other teams, whatever. But I think for us, it's always about what's in our room and what we need to do to, give us a chance to win. And I think, as a team, I think we've come together a lot, and we're a super tight room, and super competitive. We do the little things that I think each and every line that brings a little different element. So I think when we're doing that, it's nice to, like you said, kind of have respect. But for us, it's kind of that attitude that we don't care who you are. We're going in and trying to take you down.
Was there one thing that clicked on the power play that you feel like kind of got you guys going and really into a groove? And what do you think's leading to such success?
Yeah, I think I talked about this before, but I think before I think we were trying to do a little too much. I think when you get carried away like that, it causes you to force things or you know movements that probably won't give you a chance to get a great A. So I think for us, it's been try to simplify things. Get shots, a little bit of movement, but always having a guy at the net too is super important. And I think for us, it's just about attacking right away and not being too passive. So I think it's something to build off of. Obviously, it's power play is a big part of the game, and we need to capitalize on them. And I think we've done a pretty good job as of late.
I know the loss kind of Saturday yesterday, but Clayton Keller also continued his point streak yesterday. How big has it been for your development to have a guy like Clayton Keller and other guys like that in the locker room with you?
Yeah, he's awesome. He's such a good leader, such a good player, super competitive, and he's been a guy that has helped me a lot of just seeing how hard he works each and every day. How he's always working on his game, and I wouldn't say he's the loudest in the room, but I think for him, he's kind of a leader that just leads by example, leads on the ice of how he's always ready to go each and every night, and obviously 82 game season, it's sometimes it's tough to have your best each and every night, but he's I feel like developed a game where when he's not having his best, he kind of has a plan B, and that's important to kind of see because you're not always going to feel good. So he's been awesome for us. He's such a great guy, such a great leader, and obviously a heck of a player, and a reason that we kind of had a chance to be in that game yesterday. I think overall we didn't do a lot of great things, but for us, it's when you have a guy like him, leading us and contributing, I think to all 4 goals, it's nice to have. But overall, I think we need to do a lot more.
Yeah, Cooley's back in the lineup. Murmy's out, and Veg in the net.
Cooley came in and kind of just talked about his conversation with you, how he received it well, wasn't frustrated. Just what's he like as a young player, when you send a message like that and he's able to respond?
You know what? It's after games, there's a lot of emotion and stuff like that. Cools knew what I think of him. He knows I like him and I believe in him and I know what he means for the team. It's just as a team and as a young player, it's a growing opportunity. I think it's as a parent, you don't want your kids to suffer ever. You want to shield them from suffering, but in reality, that's not the way it is. In life, you need adversity builds you. So it's a building block. He is better off it, and everybody else in the room as well. It's like I said, sun came up. We learned from it. We're not happy about it, but that's make us better. That's it.
How important is it that he has the mental tools at this part in his career not to, lash out about it and instead just take it?
I think if it says a lot. First of all, I said it since I coach him, is one of his biggest tools. He has a lot of good tools, but it's his compete level. He's extremely competitive. That is one. Two, he's in an environment where he knows we believe in him. And when I say we, I mean from top to bottom. The player, the coach, management, the coaches, or from all the way down, and the player. We believe in Cools, and we like Cools, and we know what he can bring. But it's unfortunate that I like the last night game because it's not the story of the game. It's okay, they score and that, but that was probably the least of our problem in that game. So it's just unfortunate that's a narrative because it's just one out of 100 thing happen.
Coach, in terms of bounce back then, because obviously
Yep.
we've talked about adversity, what do you need to see from your guys today against a tough Dallas team to come back or bounce back?
Yeah, that's a really good opponent, really important game for us. We're in the thick of it. We're playing good hockey in the last 10. We just had a slap in the fingers last night, so they were sitting here waiting for us. So that will be a really good test. They are a team who's strong physically. They play with a lot of pace. They apply a lot of pressure. They play a simple, efficient game. But on our side, I think we will be motivated. I think that sometimes life give you an opportunity to show what you're made of, and that's what we intend to do.
Any updates with Ingram's timeline, especially with 3 days coming up?
No, I did not add that kind of a discussion yet, so I just don't know.
I know John Marino was on the ice earlier today. How good was it to see him on the ice?
Yeah, it's good. Marine skated with Kyle and Mario when Mario's available for a little bit now. We're monitoring his workload, and he's getting better slowly but surely. Same thing for Bird. So it's good. It's good to have those guys around. Durs as well. We'll need to put an anchor to Durs to make sure we slow him down a little bit. But those guys bring energy. They're good teammate, great guy, great leader. So it's good to have them around.
I know Stauber isn't in that tonight, but last night there were a lot of times where Ian Cole would come over after any certain situation and have a conversation with Stauber. When you see stuff like that, I don't know, what do you take away from kind of leadership or how that affects Stauber in those moments?
Yeah. There's two parts of the question. The first, I told you often, Coles is our best coach, so that's always good. He's taking care of his teammate, and he's talking with the boys, and he's making sure everybody's on the same page. And for Stauber, it was just only his third start, and there were not a lot of practice time since he arrived with the team. It just for number of reasons, load management, schedule, and traveling and stuff like that. So him and Mermy are in the same situation. As much as they're around the guys, they don't have a lot of opportunity to play with the guys. So it's tough to create that chemistry just through video session and stuff. So the communication our D had with Stauber was really important and really cool to see.
With the 3 days off, are you able to get away from hockey in the holidays, or is it hard being so big in the season? Is it important for you guys to take a step back?
It's what helped is there were no hockey on TV. That helped because afternoon here being out west, it helped because before game you watch a game. When you finish, if it's not a game day, you arrive home and you open the TV and you watch a couple of games every night. So it's tough to, even if you have a day off, it's tough to not watch hockey. So Christmas, there's no game, so that will help. And family, my kids are in town, so that will be a board game time. It won't be related to hockey.
Competitive in the board games as you are here?
I have tough time to close that switch. I am it's pretty on 24/7.
Do you have a favorite board game?
We play a lot of Catan right now. That's the game my boys love. But we play card. We play board game. We love. I think there were a really 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 successful man one day who was really wealthy, who his kids were turning 30 years old, and he asked that's his oldest. He said, "What you want for your birthday? Whatever you want." At this point, you can pick whatever you want. Really, in life, you can go whatever you want. And his kid asked for a month of camping with the family, and say why? He said because that's the time where you really connect with the family. We play board game, we play card, we bonfire and stuff like that. I think that's a good opportunity to connect with people. So I think that's for us. Christmas is board game, card, and chirping and having fun, and go back for another piece of whatever sweet we can find, and go back for another game. That's a great time. Thanks everyone.